The more sort of mass market you are, the more you just become another gin. And I think there's a real interest in doing food and drink the right way. So I'm Richard.
And I'm Rachel.
Rachel, my wife, and we are co-founders and owners of Goosnargh Gin. And Goosnargh Gin is based right at the bottom of Beacon Fell. The gateway to the Forest of Bowland is where we are. And everything that we do at Goosnargh Gin is designed to celebrate, promote, or give back to the Forest of Bowland in some way. Rather than just creating gin for the sake of making gin, they all tie back to that Forest of Bowland and get people interested in either finding out a little bit more about that area, or coming visiting us and coming saying hello and coming exploring some of the other businesses and accommodations in the area as well.
So all the gins, basically, their contents reflect this area in some way. The botanicals we choose to use or links to the geography and heritage of the area is how we tell the story of Bowland through each of the chapters of the gins we produce.
We do 4 gins that stay with us all year round. So all in chapters because they tell a story of the Forest of Bowland. So chapter 1 will use botanicals that you're able to see and find growing naturally in the forest. Things like chamomile, elderflower, meadowsweet, yarrow.
So chapter 2, this one's our spice gin and it's called Dark Skies. The reason it's called Dark Skies is because Beacon Fell, where Richard said we're at the foot of here, has a dark skies status. So this one's more of a warming spice gin, things like cardamom root, ginger, aniseed, cloves, vanilla. That vanilla just softens all that spice. That's one to now kind of hunker down with and hug your glass and sip and savour when you're outside watching those meteors at night. This one is called Dappled Light, a kind of nice tranquil gin really. Imagine that dappled light coming through the trees. This is our more juniper forward gin for people who like a more classic London dry style of gin.
Chapter 7 is a really interesting gin. It is the most fruity gin that we do, but without it being a coloured gin at all. So crystal clear, you'll see there, but ram packed full of dark fruits, and it's designed to celebrate the wild moors of the Forest of Bowland.
And how important is it to be in such a special place like Lancashire?
Couldn't be in a better place. We're both Lancashire born and bred, so super proud of the county as a whole. It provides a huge amount of inspiration for what we do. You know, not only is it visually stunning, but an amazing place for, not just good food and drink. We're talking world-class, award-winning, inspirational food and drink.
We only retail through independent retailers. We don't sell through mass market routes. We don't sell through supermarkets. We don't sell through Amazon. We solely champion the independent sector. So we're not putting our independent retailers in competition with a supermarket down the road. We're solely championing those independent businesses. So independent wines and spirits stockists, delis, farm shops, independent food halls, who really, want to tell that story as well. It's not, we're not selling online in a faceless way.
And do you think that the independents championing each other is what's driving these awards and these Michelin star chefs coming to the area and bringing all this sort of success to Lancashire?
I think a lot of it has always been there. I think what it is now, I think we're managing to get out there a lot better possibly than we have in the past. That what is happening in the north. I think a lot of things previously have been very London centric or very south centric. These chefs and restaurants and producers have, in a lot of cases been around a long time, and now it's just kind of being put on the map a lot more, which is fabulous. Series like the Harry Bikers Go North, that championed the north of England and showed people what is going on in this region, which is fantastic.
You look at a 5-mile radius of us here at the distillery, and you've got 8 world-class cheese producers, for example, within a 5-mile radius of here.
I think it's us shouting loud and proud about what this region has got to offer, really. I think that's probably the key.
So do you think COVID has played a part in any of this?
COVID actually focused people's minds a little bit more about where and how they wanted to shop and the products that they could therefore buy. And what they found is that actually a lot of the independent farm shops were doing veg box deliveries, or they could actually go and shop there and it'd be a little bit more sort of calm and relaxed. And actually they found during COVID that they could go into one of those shops and it's just such a nicer shopping experience. Or 99 times out of 100, that product that you're getting in an independent venue and you take home, you're going to really, really love.
People were enforced almost into that slower pace of life somehow.
Yeah.
It really made them stop and reflect and think. The people now are very much, I think, thinking a lot more about the quality of what they're eating and drinking, rather than having lots of it. So something being better, and them knowing the provenance of it and the traceability of it, and them being able to speak to the person behind producing it. We could quite easily have gone for volume. We could have moved out of here into a soulless industrial unit. It's not what we want. We are an artisan producer. We are producing in small batches. It just helps to make that connection with where people's produce is coming from.
And there is a reason why each of these gins are created. It's about really showcasing and having a reason behind everything.
And a passion. Those core values have always been and will always be what we're about.